an extensive legacy of heroes who became legends themselves, such that rapier combat has been taken to every kingdom of the known world. Those who demonstrated the knowledge of the historical art of defense and have mastered the use and teaching of rapier and cut-thrust weapon horns are inducted into the Order of Defense for all the world to know. My queen.
Order of Defense. Is your order complete?
No, Your Majesty. Good Herald, please summon the candidates.
Their Majesties summon into their presence Don Santiago Rodrigo de Drago y Aranjuez.
Cannot fully express how happy I am for you and how proud I am to call you my brother.
I come to you today to speak of mythical creatures, of the egg of a peacock taken and nurtured by the flames of a dragon. It must be the best of each beast, the kindness, the loyalty, and the panache of the noble bird, the strength, ferocity, and the battle acumen of the mighty dragon. And so he is, Don Santiago Rodrigo y Draco de Aranjuez, a general voice on the very precipice of a mighty war, chosen time and time again to champion his kingdom in both single combat and on the rapier field. He has worked to increase not only his own skill, but the skill of every member of his army, sharpening all blades of our Steora. It is right that as he is recognized for his mastery in this discipline, he unites factions, builds allies, and prepares to bring glory and victory to Steora.
Santiago, we have heard the will of the Order, but if you are to be a peer of the society, we must ask everyone to bear witness about your things.
Santiago, what is said here concerns you. Turn and face those who speak of you. Let those who speak to be heard by all.
From a land of dragons, Sir Stephen Silverthorn of Drakenmore, member of the Order of Chivalry, is called forth to speak.
Your Majesties, Your Majesty, Your Excellency, I would speak as a member of the chivalry for this vigilant. I am Sir Silverthorn, Knight of the Society, member of the Order of the Pelican, a child of the Mid-Realm, and a brother of the Mortu. I would speak briefly on what it means to be a knight. A knight should be courteous and generous at all times, be the shield of the weak, be obedient to their liege lord, be an example of the arts, both martial and creative, be of service to the society, and most notably, a knight should be proud, be foremost in battle. I have known this vigilant since he was 1 year old. At 18, he joined my household as a full brother. Now, nearly 30 years after our first meeting, he is before you as a candidate for the Order of Defense. I know him well. I have seen his courtesy and restraint in difficult situations when he was a leader, in charge, and required to be fair. I have shared the generosity of his camp while on campaign. I have seen him defending others when they could not defend themselves. I have seen him fulfill his duties and obligations to his kingdom, both on and off the field. I have listened to him performing with his guitar. But most of all, I have observed his prowess upon the field. I know of his membership in the Fire Drakes since its founding. I understand that he is currently your rapier general. I can attest to his skills on the fields of Penzig, for we have gloriously challenged each other's mettle at sword point many times, and both gained honors and renown in the exchange. Your Majesties, my lady and I have traveled far to have the honor of speaking to you. So I would conclude saying that by every measure that I hold dear as a knight of the society, you can see in this vigilant before you. He is my brother, but most of all, he is my peer.
And another land of dragons, Mistress Gwyneth Bonville of Lamorgan, member of the Order of the World, has been called forth, and their words will be read by Mistress Catherine in the Rue de Anjou.
Your Majesty, Your Excellency, and the Imperial Congress. I am Katrine LaRue d'Anjou, member of the Order of the Laurel. I bring words from Mistress Gwyneth all the way from Drogheda. Your Majesties and populace, I am Gwyneth Cohen of Glamorgan, member of the Order of the Laurel, currently living in Drogheda. I regret not being here in person, but I would speak in this kingdom. Santiago was born in a society but was fairly active as an adolescent and there did not a lot of activity shown. However, when he came back, it was with an amazing drive to do things, a knowledge of the game, and a readiness to jump in. He brought with him an eagerness to learn, a concern for the well-being of others, and a willingness to help them and to ask for help himself. His sunny disposition makes him a joy to fight. He can laugh at his own mistakes, and I have never seen him be rude or ungracious to others. He takes his responsibilities seriously, and I've watched him handle roles of increasing leadership with grace and enthusiasm. As for the arts, I have listened to the music he plays, I've helped him sew his own clothing, and I've eaten food that he's cooked, which as an aside, I am told may or may not. So, I have watched Santiago grow from a small child, a teen, to an adult within the society. He will most certainly continue to grow and make himself and others better. I am only sad that I now have to hear tales of his deeds and words from afar, rather than being able to witness them in person. He is most certainly my peer. And Your Majesties, for myself, I have seen this man grow in the society from a youth fighter to an adult fighter, as a cadet, as a white scarf, and now to take on as someone who is a partner of a white scarf member myself. I've been very close to this community, and this man epitomizes what it means to be a rapier fighter in Onseora. He's a policeman, and he strives to keep the traditions and honor of rapier, the white scarf, alive for future generations, to show what that means and to our heritage to the people. That in itself is worthy, and the fact that he continues to grow, inspire, teach, and mentor others.
From here within a land of wyverns, Mistress Sandra of Loch Raven, member of the Order of the Pelican, is called forth to speak.
Your Majesty, Your Majesty, Your Excellency, by your leave, I'd like to speak to your populace about this man. My lords and ladies, this is a very great honor for me. I am Chandra of Loch Raven, Pelican of the Society, Baroness of the Court, On Watcher of the Moratu, and friend of this man. I have known him since he was 6 years old, and I watched him pick up his very first sword, made out of a pool noodle. I'm not looking at him, I'm talking to you. I have watched him grow in the courses that I taught, in the lessons he taught others, in his willingness to step up, his willingness to serve. From the time I started serving feasts, he was helping me. From the time I started working with the money, he wanted to steal it. Not really. I watched this youth grow into a man. I watched this man grow into my peer. My lords and ladies, your majesties, I am proud to say this is my peer.
From those that inspire sovereigns and the populace, Countess Elizabeth Peyton, member of the Order of the Rose, is called for to speak.
Thank you, Your Majesties, for giving me this opportunity to speak. I might not have known Santi as long as those that have spoken before, but in the time that I have known him, he has inspired me. He's inspired me to be a better fighter, to be a better person. We have come up together. We have come up as cadets together. And he inspired me so much that he is the one person I chose to become my White Square. I'm so happy to be here, to see you take this next step, to see you inspire others the way that you've inspired me for the entire time I've known you. You are a wonderful human, and you have done great things, and you continue to do great things. You will continue to inspire others with your deeds and your words. And you, my dear, are my dear.
The Lions of Monteora, defenders of the dream, are to our people the exemplars of the dream. They are our Alpers, our Luigi Milan, our Eleanors of Aquitaine, our Alonsos of Udara. For those who exemplify the ideals of our society, Sir Carl de Gonger, Lion of Monteora and defender of the dream, has been called forth, and their words will be read by Manager Edwin Fitzroy.
Your Majesties, I am Edwin Fitzroy, a Lion of Monteora, and a keeper of the dream. I come from my brother, Carl de Gonger, to give his words. My friend Carl says, I have known Don Santiago since before the age that most became a page. In that time, I have watched him become a man of honor and integrity. Peers must inspire others and leaders within their communities. And an example of this is Santiago serving as the Rapier General at the coming Gulf Wars. He understands that becoming a peer is only a step on a path. I am certain that Santiago will continue to grow and inspire others as he walks that path. And I would add a few words and say that as a defender of the dream, Sir Carl has called out his honor and integrity. I would call out his compassion and his brotherhood chip and his mercy. Because without those, there is no other thing. This man is my hero.
Santiago, having heard the words of these worthies, we feel strengthened in our decision to advance you into master. Look upon those around you. Is it still your desire to join the order? You good with that one?
Santiago, we see that you come in front of us honor-bound to another. You must be released from that burden before proceeding. Master Kelly, will you please release yourself? you admission into this order, and the insignia through which all may know you hold this master. To mark one who has mastered the art of defense, is there a collar?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, there's also one more collar. This one is the Moonstone collar. It's one of 3 premier collars. It was first given to Miguel by Hidraco de Villarroyosa, and then it was passed to myself in 2019, and now we want to pass it to you. Precious to our family, defend as well.
To be respectable in court, is there a cloak for this candidate?
Yes, Your Majesty, there is a cloak. This cloak was made by Countess Elizabeth, and I have the honor to present it. I know I'm a little biased. I think that he is fantastic, except for sometimes. However, everybody needs to have a proper cloak, and he now, because of the love of Elizabeth, will have that. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Actually, should we have? Sure. Would you like to help us with that?
I wrote it on this one.
To properly defend yourself and those who need defending, you need a sword. Is there a sword?
There is. A simple soldier, but one with enough bling for his family. Use it well.
Very nice, actually. More than a simple sword in my mind. Santiago, is it your wishes for a field? We will take that now.
Here do I swear. Here do I swear. Crown and kingdom belongs to yours. I swear to support the laws, ideals, and traditions of the society. To loyally defend the kingdom and uphold the crown. To give freely of my skills as soldier, scholar, and courtier. And to ever and always be a worthy exemplar of the color I swear.
We accept your oath. In return, we swear to you, we will heed your wise counsel in all things. We will keep the welfare of Anstiorum first and foremost in all of our decisions. We will work with you to enrich the lives of her people. We will reward that which is freely given by protecting you with our aid and giving you our love. May all strength fail and the world turn against any who break this solemn oath. As a person who is not required to swear, you are given the token.
Rise, Maestro Santiago.
Rise, Maestro of the Order of Defense.
Rise, a peer of the realm.
Maestro Santiago, we salute you. Anstiora's newest Maestro of the Order of Defense.
Let it be known on this day that their stellar majesties, Jean-Paul de Sens and Julien Aliénor Clonmacus, Third of their names, Santiago Rodrigo de Drago Yeraranjes, to the rank, estate, style, and degree of the Maestro of the Order of Defense. For Santiago Rodrigo de Drago y Araños, newest Maestro of the Order of Defense, Vivat!
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 Vivat!